Then I got my Marilyn Manson collection. I have a pretty unique taste on Manson too. I do have the We Are Chaos, which is really good, and then Eat Me, Drink Me, which is my favorite. Gosh, poop it. Putting Holes in Happiness. They Said That Hell's Not Hot. Heart-Shaped Box. Evidence. Mutilation is the most sincere form of flattery. This is Manson at his peak. And I really like We Are Chaos with Broken Needle, Paint You With My Love. Really great stuff. Got another big collection here for you with almost a complete collection. Matchbox 20. This one really changed my life. Back in '96 when I was discovering rock and roll of my own, discovering alternative and punk, and Matchbox 20. I love this so much. I sang a lot of these songs karaoke as a little 10 or 11-year-old. And this is just great. Back to Good, possibly one of the most emotionally damaging songs of my life. And this album's pretty darn good too. Bed of Lies, Rest Stop, Mad Season, If You're Gone, Black and White People. And then you got this really great Exile on Main Street. It's a greatest hits mixed with an EP. That's pretty unique. And I'm looking forward to more Matchbox 20. And I know you guys are looking forward to my massive Metallica collection here. Got Garage Inc., which introduced me to a lot of cool stuff. Free Speech for the Dumb, Turn the Page, Die Die My Darling, Whiskey in the Jarro, Tomorrow Tuesday's Gone, Last Caress and Green Hell, So What. Those are the ones you have to hear from that. If that was considered a studio, it would be my favorite. Please don't be mad at me. This is my favorite Metallica album. I'm not kidding. Buddy, am I kidding? I'm telling the truth. This is amazing. I like it. I like Father of All Bleepers from Green Day. I like it. I also like this quite a bit. This is a new one with the San Francisco Symphony. Really, really good. I'm looking forward to new Metallica. You should too. You should give Saint Anger another chance. Here's my Kim collection. The Black Parade, one of the greatest albums of all time. And Danger Days. Danger Days frustrates me because they were onto something with this one and with this one, and then they stopped. But we should be getting something new from them. This band is not Green Day, and this band is not Green Day. You gotta take a look inside of here. Not Green Day. Not Green Day. They are not Green Day. They are the network. If they were Green Day, they would be called Green Day. So I don't understand why I even just mentioned Green Day when talking about the network. The New Radicals. This one takes me back as well. This is another mid 1998 release. The music is weird and experimental, and this is the only album that this guy ever put out by the New Radicals. Maybe we have been brainwashed too. Really great album. You get what you give. You know what I'm saying? And he only gave us one album. He's only going to be able to listen to one album for the rest of his life. New Spring Worship. I really I like this church a lot. I like what they're doing. And it's another example of really great Christian rock. So check that out. Ooh, I got my Nirvana collection. I remember, okay. Well, I thought I had the first album. Can't show you the front of that because it's, it's terrible. Probably can't show you that either, right? These are just disgusting album covers. Okay, I can show you that one. That was pretty explicit too. I can't show you that. Nirvana, I remember going to the record store to buy this. Wait, no. I wanted to buy this nasty cover album, and the guy told me, he said, you might as well buy the blue one with the baby on it, because it's the same songs as the greatest hits. Not really true, but you know, there are a lot of overlap. You know, I mean, it's like Smells Like Teen Spirit, In Bloom, Come As You Are, 3, 4. There's only like 4. Yeah, it's 4 overlaps. But yeah, Nirvana. I would say In Utero is probably my favorite, but Nirvana, pretty darn great. They're a top 10 band around here. Ooh, got a nice big Offspring collection. One of my most listened to bands of all time. I discovered them, like I said, with Green Day and Blink-182 and Sheryl Crow back in the day with this. And this is just, it's one of those albums that will always be with me. Every song, every note, every lyric, every line. The artwork is great. So I had to go back. I got Smash. Had to go back and get Ixnay on the Ombre. And I love the later era stuff. Splinter is a really special album for me. You can see Blink-182 just straight up ripped off this dual disc compilation. Rise and Fall, Rage and Grace, I get mixed up with Foo Fighters' album with the same kind of title. Days Go By, little did we know that so many days would go by before Let the Bad Times Roll come out. And I like this one. I don't get all the hate. There is some weird stuff on here, but it's pretty darn good. I highly suggest anything by the Offspring. Even their worst songs are not bad. Not bad. They're a pretty solid band. Finally getting around to some more hip hop. I got that, and I got that. I think this has got some pretty explicit stuff in it. This is Speaker Box. Oh man, it still smells good. From what, 2003? There is some gnarly stuff in here. Some weird artwork, man. I gotta find it because I want to look at it. There, that's not weird, but there's like some weird horse. Poo poo, roses really smell like poo poo poo. I know you like to think your poo poo don't stink, but lean a little bit closer, see the roses really smell like boo boo, boo boo. It smells like boo boo. I got the Essential Ozzy Osbourne. That poor dove. This is good. This has 29 Ozzy Osbourne hits. Really good. Really good Ozzy collection. That one is really amazing. One of my favorite. Oh, I think I got a collection here. Papa Roach. This album really blew me away back in the day. Wow. And then the Paramore sessions. I guess they look like Paramore back then. Look at him. He looks like what's her name? This is a perfect record by Papa Roach. Probably their only perfect record out of their catalog. So they get to be up here with Ozzy. Can you believe that? And Pearl Jam on this side. My Pearl Jam collection used to be quite a bit bigger. I did get rid of a lot. But I wanted to narrow it down to the best of the best. So this video is the best albums of the best. This album I forget about a lot. Like I don't listen to this very often, but when I do, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's good. But being real though, this is my favorite Pearl Jam record. Riot Act. Oh man. Love Boat Captain, Save You, Thumbing My Way, Bush Leaguer. Those are the best Pearl Jam songs. And then I got the greatest hits. I, I like it when they're in order. This one is like the softer ones on one CD and the heavier ones on another. I don't like that. I don't like that. Don't do that, please. Please don't do that, Pearl Jam. You're a good band. I like you. Pink. This was an album that Pink, she worked with Tim Armstrong from Rancid, and she made like a really punk rock sounding record, and that is what makes this really, really good. Trouble, God is a DJ, Last to Know, Tonight's the Night, oh my gosh, Save My Life, Humble Neighborhoods. Those are the highlights of this amazing freaking record. Deserves to be up there with Pearl Jam. And I got my one and only Pink Floyd album, The Wall. Oh. This thing has inspired so much of what I've written and what I've created as a writer and a musician, and it's just stupid good. But this next one, back in 2006, Blink-182 were having some issues, and this band came out. I know a lot of you guys have the blue cover. This is Plus 44, and I'd say this is maybe my second or third favorite record of all time. Mark Hoppus and Travis Barker they went out without Tom DeLonge, and they just made something truly artistic, beautiful, sad, devastating, and this is just some of the best rock and roll I've ever heard Mark Hoppus do. You just have to hear this front to back. Listen to it front to back. Listen to it front to back, man. Now, poop. Sorry. We're almost out of the piece. I got POD. I remember I actually went to Innery Career Center and knew Mikey Carvajal from Islander fame now, and he had me drawing these guys from POD for him. And I'm not a good drawer, so it didn't turn out too well. But POD, this is a really, really great album. You guys remember when Alive was getting played so much? It was like Alive and Stains, It's Been a While, just ad nauseum. It was ridiculous. I bought this Queen Greatest Hits collection at Walmart, and the third disc was missing, or the second disc. And I took it back, and they didn't believe me. But they finally did. It's on Hollywood Records. It's got, the Greatest Hits 1, 2, and 3. And there's 17 songs. So, wow. All the Queen Greatest Hits that you need. Here's my Rancid collection. This is my favorite Rancid album with Red Hot Moon. I can't even, just every song. Other Side is probably the greatest song off of that album. But they're all good. That whole record is good. Now we're getting into a Red Hot Chili Peppers collection. Okay? I don't have Return of the Dream Canteen, but let me know in the comments if it's worth, if its packaging is really cool. I grew up, I heard those Chili Peppers songs before I fell in love with rock and roll, like Under the Bridge and all those songs. So it was at Californication that I bought this album just on those strong singles, and that was a perfect record. I had to go back. I did go back and get all of the early Chili Peppers albums, although this one, it's good. It's really good. But the ones before this one, ooh, man, some sickening garbage. I think By the Way might be my favorite. I really loved Fortune Faded from the Greatest Hits collection. Then Stadium Arcadium, one of my favorite albums of all time. I'm With You. I got to talk about I'm With You a little bit. It's really good. It's a good record to exercise to. The Monarchy of Roses, Factory of Faith, Brandon's Death Song, The Adventures of Raindance Maggie, Police Station, Even You, Brutus, Meet Me at the Corner. Give that one another chance, guys. Even though it stole the album cover from Unwritten Law, this one took me a long time to get. Now I like it. There's still some not great songs on it, but I hate that the Chili Peppers kind of didn't have time to do another record with their guitar player. But Unlimited Love, great. Return of the Dream Canteen, it's not really keeping my interest. It's too much. Too much. It's good, but it's too much. Hey, check this out. Look at this. This is Redefined with their Raw EP. And these guys are pretty great. These are a local band that I know. Drummer is just a beast, and the whole band is pretty good. They've went through several lead singers, all of them pretty high quality. Oh, this next one is pretty unique, and I don't know if you guys have heard of it. The Rehab Band. Here's their first album. They are known for the Bartender song. Bartender, I really did it this time. Broke my parole to have a good time. But I remember them when they were like an underground, sort of connected with the Insane Clown Posse. They kind of had that kind of vibe and those kind of connections about them back in 2000. And this is Southern Discomfort with songs like Hey Fred, It Don't Matter, My Addiction, Rattle My Cage. That album's pretty great. Graffiti the World is one of the greatest albums of all time. It is perfect. Go listen to it now, immediately. And then they've just recently released Sandcastles, and it's a return to a more hip-hop base, and I like it quite a bit. It was one of the best albums of 2022. You know how I said that I liked Saint Anger by Metallica, and I felt like it was their best album? I feel like Around the Sun is REM's best album, even though they don't. Look at that guy. He's upside down happy. Leaving New York, The Outsiders, I Wanted to Be Wrong, High Speed Train, The Worst Joke Ever. Seriously, this is the best REM album that exists. It's got a poster. Please, guys, give it another chance. I know everybody in the band and the band's mama, everybody hates it. But man, give it another chance. Please, please. It is amazing. Oh, please give it another chance. Please. Savage Garden, another pop act. Savage Garden Affirmation. This is the album that their initial success with To the Moon and Back, I Want You, Truly Madly Deeply, and Break Me, Shake Me. This album got me through high school. This was what, 99? Yeah, this got me through my freshman year of high school. Two Beds and a Coffee Machine, one of the saddest songs ever created in the history of sadness. We got a punk rock compilation, and I wish that these had continued even after this guy wasn't in office anymore. Rock Against Bush Volume 1 and Rock Against Bush Volume 2. Pretty much every punk rock band that's anybody doing some amazing things on here. Jello Biafra, Authority Zero, Rise Against, The Offspring, Against Me, Anti-Flag, Epoxy's Alkaline Trio, Sum 41. All with some really, really great B-sides. Check these out now. Great road trip music. Just put in both of these are double discs. You could drive to somewhere.